If you like doors that shouldn't open, noises that answer you back, or for some reason dogs that bark when no dog is there, then listen close. Tonight I've got 3 true stories that start small and grow teeth. Each one is ordinary until it is not. Turn the lights down. Don't play this too loud. And whatever you do, don't answer it if it asks you to. When Mark moved into the cheap 3rd-floor place, the first thing he noticed was noise. Old buildings breathe, thin walls hum, but this was different. At night, exactly once or twice, a single sharp bark would slice through the quiet. 2:14 a.m., 3:07 a.m., 4:02 a.m., always a single bark, always precise, like someone marking a time. He tried to ignore it. Then the barks started arranging themselves. 3 quick barks, pause, 2 barks, pause, like a code. It felt deliberate. He heard footsteps above too, slow and heavy, pacing. He asked the manager. "No one lives there," she said. "The owner died." That didn't make sense, but people say weird things about old buildings. One night, curious and more than a little wired, Mark set his phone to record. When he played it back, he heard the pattern, then a soft, breathy whisper. Shh. Laughter. The rattle of a collar. Sounds like a person playing with a dog. The cops did a welfare check. The apartment seemed empty. Dog food still had price tags on it. The balcony was locked from the inside. 2 weeks later, Mark woke to frantic barking under his window. He looked down and found only a collar hanging on the fire escape. A cracked leather collar with a metal tag that read simply, Buster. No dog, no paw prints. The collar had been there, rusted and weather-worn, but new, like it had been put there recently. After he moved out, the neighbor texted him. "They found dog food on the counter in 2B, fresh." Mark kept the recording. Sometimes, he says, new sounds appear on it, minutes that weren't there before. One night, a nail scrape and a whisper, "Come down, it's cold." He deleted that bit, but 2 nights later, he found a scrap of leather under his door with one burned word. Buster. Unresolved twist. Whatever had been above liked to be heard. If you keep its voice, it seems to keep yours. Story 2. Anna drove the late shift in a small town. Empty roads, blue depot lights, the soft hum of her engine. Her route skirted a place people avoided called Holloway Drive. At the end stood a rusted motel sign and ruins, where a fire had gutted the building years ago. Nobody stopped there at night, except one man in a suit. He smelled faintly of smoke. He paid cash, climbed off at Holloway, and walked toward the ruins. After he left, a child sometimes stood under the sign, clutching a soaked teddy. The teens riding Anna's bus whispered about it. The nurses shrugged. Anna started watching through the mirror. One night, she saw the man return, but he never boarded. Another night, a child's small shape vanished into the trees. Then Anna found a wet old teddy bear on the pavement. Someone had written a name in black marker. Emma. Inside the seam, hidden in the stuffing, was a tiny folded note. "He keeps bringing him back." Anna watched weathered old news footage at the depot, the grainy report about the motel fire. In one frame, a man in a suit carries a child out of the flames. The caption, unidentified. No one knew who he was. The dispatcher joked. Anna didn't laugh. She kept the teddy in her locker. Late one night, she woke to the sound of a bus door closing. Her front door was locked, but there were wet footprints on her porch and a faint smear of soot on the knob. When she opened the teddy to toss it away, she found a second message, faint as a whisper sewn into the fabric. The bus. It was as if whatever walked Holloway liked to ride, liked to be returned. Unresolved twist. People stopped taking Holloway as a route. Anna stopped driving altogether. The teddy remains in a box at the back of her closet. And sometimes, when the town is quiet and fog rolls in, she swears she hears a bus door somewhere far off and a small, exhausted child's laugh. Story 3. Luis's sister Maria loved the farmhouse. Old porch, hard floors, wide sky. The neighbor had given one warning with a crooked smile. Don't answer it if it speaks. They laughed and moved in. At night, a sound began. A tapping from the backyard near an old well. 3 slow knocks, then silence. A whispering that smelled of damp earth. The family dog would stand and stare and whine. Cameras filmed only static and a wobble like heat haze. Then, sometimes, a child's face. 1 frame, half a blink. Then the house started naming things. Not random household details. Things from the family's past no one had told the house about. Names of relatives who had died. The kids' nightmares got worse. The voice called the daughter Lucy by name, and Lucy answered a child's way. Simple, curious. It asked me my name, she said. Then it asked if I wanted to see the bones. One night Sam, Maria's husband, went out with a flashlight and a rifle. The voice answered him in a voice made to sound like his own. We don't like strangers here. His light died. He came back pale, whispering. The house seemed to bite its nails and wait. They called a priest. He prayed for a minute, put his things in a bag, and left as dawn approached, shaking his head. Specialists dug around the well and found fragments, so small they could be animal, they said, or maybe far older. The family left, but the house did not close its mouth. Unresolved twist. Months later, Maria received a note on the boarded porch when she went back to collect a lamp. We answered back. Their little girl's stuffed rabbit goes missing sometimes for hours. When it returns, it smells like damp earth. Bits of soil on its paws match the soil taken from the well, soil that had shown up nowhere else. The house had learned to ask, and someone had learned how to reply. Which of these got under your skin? Tell me which one you can't stop thinking about in the comments, and subscribe if you want more true horror like this. And remember, if something knocks at your window in the small hours, keep your mouth closed. Sometimes the safe answer is silence. Thanks you for watching. Please subscribe our channel for more horror stories.